All right, so this is the property tour that I've been talking about doing for a while now. This is coming out of our front door. There's the road up front. We got two really big, pretty maple trees. These, I think they're maple trees. I know that one is for sure. That one's just really oddly shaped. And Sony and I are going to go on a walkabout of the property. So we're coming down the front steps, and down there is our wood pile in our garage. My husband's rose bushes that have seen better days, it looks like. And then just walk down the hill. I'm going to take you to the back property where the stream or the creek runs through our yard. There's deer here everywhere. So we call it Deer Creek Farm because we have a creek in the yard and there's deer everywhere. Come on, Son. This is my little dog, Sonia. She's going to take a walk with us. This was really grown up earlier in the spring, but our neighbor took his tractor and knocked a lot of it down. This part has to be cleared. Probably not this year. A tree fell down before we moved in, and once the weather cools off, we're going to cut it up for firewood. But anyway, this is one of my favorite parts of the land. It's just really pretty green grass. We're gonna put some straw bales up and practice our bows out here, and then next year have a horseshoe pit so we can use this. Right now, we're not down here very much, but it's really pretty. This is the creek I was talking about, and our property goes across the creek to that fencing. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is the creek. It runs under the road. It's running pretty fast right now. Must have been from all the rain. Our neighbor said there used to be fish in here. I'd like to try it sometime with my grandkids, just for fun. Well, that's that. Got this small wooded area over here. It did have a trail cam in there. Haven't checked on it in a while. Oh, it was right over on this tree, but it looks like it's gone now. The college asked if they could put a trail cam in these woods, and it headed out that way. And they were checking for deer wasting disease. Wanted to do a study on it, so we said sure that they could do that, but it's gone now. Come on, Son. It's just more of the land. You can see the fields in the back. Maybe the sun is pretty bright. And then up there is the chicken coop and the house. You've seen all that before. This part down here, when it rains a lot, it gets pretty wet. So we're not sure what we're gonna do back here. This is one of my pumpkins. And the neighbor said in the past he's just tossed his old pumpkins out, and next year he didn't have to plant them. So it looks like something's been eaten on that, but we'll see what happens. This is where the neighbor keeps his cows. I don't know if you can see them, but they're over there grazing. So anyway, this is just the back part of our land. And then all that's mowed up there goes up towards the house and the chicken coop. Then up the hill here is our backyard. We have some pine trees my husband put in when we moved. The animals are up here. This really big area back here This is where we're going to be putting in our pumpkin patch and our garden next spring. The neighbor took some cow manure and horse manure and brought it over so we could start getting the grass or land area ready for the garden. And as you can see, this stuff works. Got all this stuff growing in the horse manure, cow manure. So this is about the size our garden's going to be next year. Not the pumpkin patch, just our regular garden. There's the pine trees we put in. And then this is the side yard where the bunnies are. A generator. We cook out here. Here's the grill. The bunnies. Any babies yet? Any babies yet, Megs? Nope. Our pumpkins. And then we told my husband when we were starting to look for land, had to be at least 2 acres. Ours is just over 3, and I had to have a clothesline. So there's my clothesline. And then over here is where we had those radishes, some basil grown in buckets, there's ginger over here, some avocado pits. I put them in pots and they started growing. That's where our tomatoes were, in buckets. Next year they'll be in the garden. And then back around to the front of the house. So that's just a little tour of Deer Creek. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Where did Sony go? Come on, Zone. Please like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments, leave them below. We'll be glad to get back to you. Have a good night.